All right. Hello to the challenge. Let me see. There you go. Just want to make sure again that you can hear me well and you can see me well. Welcome to Create One Good Habit for Good Challenge, day number 3. Time flies when you're having fun. So you've already decided on the challenge. You got clear on your why, and not just the surface why, but the deep emotional why. Why do you want to do it for yourself? And what would be the benefits of you sticking with that habit, the immediate benefits and long-term benefits and so on. And today we're going to focus on your commitment and creating commitment to sticking with the habit, no matter what, 100%. So creating 100% commitment and sort of responsibility for you taking it to create that habit. Good morning, Colleen. Welcome. Good. I can see your comments. That's great. Because a lot of people actually make decisions or have decisions. They think they'll do something and they take a few first steps, but they don't fully commit and never follow through. And I see it even in my business. Good morning, Victoria, where, let's say this challenge, or I create something, a free offer that brings a lot of value. I have many people sign up, but then only a fraction of this, of the people that sign up actually comes to the event or to the challenge, and only even smaller fraction finishes it. And that's, just not that me. Like if, for example, gyms, right? When they're open outside of COVID, it's the same. A bunch of people signs up in the beginning of the year and they show up in the gym, January, February, or March, gyms are empty. Or even think about like how many times you bought a book or a course or whatever, where you spend the money, bought it, and either didn't finish, or even if you finished, you actually didn't implement, right? So like, for example, with the books, yes, it's great to read a book and learn something new, but if you don't implement that knowledge, there's no point. Like knowledge is not power if it just stays in our brain, right? And we don't use it to our advantage. So the commitments you want to create for anything that's important to you and anything that you want to do, but especially in this challenge for your habit, it's 100% commitment, even when, as opposed to only if. And some of you might have heard me explain the difference that I'm going to explain for the purpose of everybody who is new to me or new to the challenges. When you're committed to something, even when life happens, even when you're tired, even when whatever, you will figure out how to do it and how to organize yourself in your life to follow through. And it doesn't mean it has to be 100% of time, and it doesn't mean you have to be perfect. You will just solution things that it happens. As opposed to when you're committed only if, it's just you're willing to do the thing you wanted to do only if life circumstances are perfect. And let's be real, that never happens, right? They can be perfect, maybe for 5 days, maybe for 10, but then on day 11, things happen, and on day 12 and on day 13. And if you're not committed 100%, you will kind of drop off, right? The best example I have, or I can think of, is really when you buy a pet, right? When you get a pet, get it, rescue, whatever. When you get a pet, you instantly are committed, or the majority of us are committed to taking care of this creature, even when it's -20 outside and you need to walk your dog and you're walking it, or even when it's pouring or you're tired, you still figure out how to walk it or arrange for somebody to walk it for you, but you're not going to leave the creature in suffering just because, you don't feel like it, right? Or even if food runs out, you'll figure out, no matter when, you'll figure out how to feed your pet, right? Colleen, yep, that's us all year. Exactly, right? You're so committed. So what you want to do is feel that commitment and understand that commitment at a deeper level and really create the same thing for your habit, right? For the habit you decided to follow through. And again, doesn't mean, and we'll talk about it, you have to do it no matter what every day. Life does happen, but it doesn't happen 80% of the time. It happens like 10% of the time if you're truly committed. But it means that you'll figure it out and you will come back to it, even if you fall off for a few days and so on, right? So think about this. If you took your commitment right now to this habit that you decided, and you were to, sort of rate it from level 1 to 10, 10 being the strongest and 1 being the weakest, what would be your commitment right now? Good morning, Jasmine. Welcome. It's good that you're catching up live. What would be your commitment and why? So what is the number and why? And if you want to share that in the comments, that's awesome. If you don't, that's okay as well. So if you're a 10, I still want you to understand why. So like dig deeper, and some of it might be the why that you've created yesterday. But if you're not a 10, if you're a 7 or 5 or 8, whatever, it's not about you shaming yourself for feeling bad about it, but kind of digging and understanding your thoughts about it. Because sometimes we have thoughts, like subconscious thoughts, that we don't even realize unless we let them surface, right? So why, like if you are 7 or 8, why is it? Right? And when you start understanding, then you can start understanding what you need to do to bring it to 10, right? So why am I less than 10 or why am I 10? But if I'm less than 10, why? And what do I need to do to bring it to 10? Because maybe then you realize that maybe the habit you're trying to start is too ambitious. You're trying to, you've never worked out before, and now you're trying to work out 5 days a week for an hour, and your brain just resists. And even though you don't know it because you're like so excited about the habit challenge, for example, right? So your brain is like subconsciously trying to resist. So maybe the answer is, okay, maybe I shouldn't start with 5 days a week. Maybe or for an hour, or if I really want to do 5 days a week, I think maybe I'll start with 30 minutes or 15 minutes and I will grow from there, right? So I'll go 15 minutes every day for a week or two, and then I'll expand it for another 15, and then I'll expand it for another 15. I totally slowly get myself in. And that, when you think about that, that could bring your commitment to 10, because now your brain thinks, I can do it. It's not such a strain. I'm not gonna, overwork myself. I can do it. Colleen, 10, totally in. Committing to myself is key to my happiness, and like domino effect. It just makes the habit and the goal realistic. Exactly. Right? Because that's very often it is. You cannot commit to 10 because you're making the goal unrealistic for yourself, right? Or maybe you just need to find, you uncover, as you like really think about your commitment, you will uncover that's just maybe the time that you're trying to do it, or the way you're trying to do it is just, there is a better way. And that will help you uncover and figure out, okay, what is the better time to do it during the day? Or what is the way I'm trying to do it? What's the better way for me? And you've already tried, right, for a couple of days to do that. So now you're also getting an experience in implementing the habit, and you might already have an idea, okay, what's the better way to do it? Victoria, I'm committed to stop smoking. So many reasons. Write them down. Did you watch yesterday's video? And like write them down in your journal. So many reasons why. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. So because with that commitment, what happens, you're making promise to yourself, right? And you want to honor that promise the same you would honor the promise to your child or your partner or your best friend, that you would never break it, right? Like when you promise something, you feel compelled to honor that promise, again, unless like hell breaks loose and something super unexpected happens, and that's okay. But in regular circumstances, even if something comes up, you will still figure it out to honor that promise. So you want to treat yourself the same way as you treat your own child or your best friend or your spouse, or maybe the CEO of the company you work for. If you're not an entrepreneur and they would, invite you to dinner, you would go no matter what, right? Because they're CEO, whatever that is. I did, and I'm going to use your journal to write it down. Awesome, great, great. So this is the little nugget or little component of creating a good habit for today, creating 100% commitment, even when life happens, no, as opposed to only if circumstances are perfect. And what I want to pause here for a moment and see, do you have any questions, or tell me how is the going? We're day 3 in the challenge. Share some experiences, some thoughts from your habit creation. It's day 2, not smoking, by the way. All right, Victoria, congratulations. Day by day, you won't even notice, and it will be day like 356. Awesome, awesome. My dad quit smoking also like very cold turkey, and he smoked since he was 18, like for many, many years, and pretty heavy. And then, before he quit, I guess it was a little bit less, but still. And then he quit smoked turkey, what am I saying? Cold turkey. And and it's been, I don't even know, like a few years, and he hasn't smoked since. He's strong. So you can do it, Victoria, too. My dad can do it. A person who is saying, I can't quit smoking. This is not for me. I like my pipe, my cigarette. And who did, you can do it. I know. So. All right. All right. Okay, ladies and everybody who will be watching after, if you have any questions, I have been enjoying the journaling meditation sessions. Yes, awesome, of course. This is an amazing habit. There's nothing not to enjoy about it. Yeah, that's great. But as you're going through it, and if you cannot come live because the timing is not the best for you, just tag me in any videos as we go through it. If you have any questions, if you would like some coaching, if you would like some help figuring things out as you create that habit, don't be afraid. Just tag me, ask your question, or message me, and I will be able to help you. All right, day 3. Have a great day, and see you tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Eastern. Victoria, one more time. I have been trying for so long. The most went without it was 3 days. But with your challenge, I hope you'll make it. Yes, yes, you will. No doubt. All right. Have a great day. Bye.